I definitely know who moved that Tesla in that late July before they went.
Hey guys, I know I haven't posted on this account in a little minute, despite all the craziness that's going on, all the turmoil, the natural disasters, the pain and things like that this year. I just wanted to tell you guys.
The LAPD uncovered a disturbing piece of evidence. A video showing David giving a subtle reaction right around the exact time Celeste's passing was believed to have occurred. Investigators reportedly used iCloud data to confirm the video's timestamp, and the timing lined up perfectly. What's chilling is that all of this happened inside David's private rental home. As the case deepened, an investigator close to the situation revealed new details, including that David had a best friend named Neil, who was rumored to be living in another one of David's rental properties at the time. Now, to be clear, this doesn't officially imply guilt, but based on Steve's findings and everything seen on David's social media, investigators started piecing together a timeline that raised serious questions. Questions that could completely shift how this case is viewed. It's now looking very possible that David's friend Neil, or Neo as some sources refer to him, might have been the last person seen driving the Tesla. What's even more suspicious is that Neil has completely wiped his social media of anything connected to David. Every photo, every tag, gone. He doesn't even follow him on Instagram anymore, which lines up perfectly with what the private investigator hinted at. That Neil may have been living in one of David's rental homes around the same time all this happened.
Who that person is, and do you believe that is the person that moved the Tesla?
So I believe I definitely know who moved that Tesla in that late July before they went on tour. I can't say who the person, and I don't mean I can't say but I don't know who exactly was in that house because it's just a report, but there's video, but you can't make a person out. But somebody was in the house, and being that there's only one key, it's like, okay, who had access at that time? So is it the same person that moved the Tesla? Was another last part of the plan about to go in motion as far as getting rid of her? I don't.
That detail matters, because when the investigator was asked where he believes David is right now, his answer was chilling. Now that the rental property has been confirmed as his, David has completely abandoned it, vanishing without warning, as if he's trying to distance himself from everything connected to the case.
Do you have any indication about where David is right now?
I don't. I have no idea. And it's kind of bizarre because his group has stayed so silent. What's left of his group, I guess. And I'm not even sure the conversations that the owner did have with his management in breaking that lease. I'm not even 100% sure his management knows at this time where he's at. I think his attorney might be the only one, and his parents.
As both pieces of evidence started going viral, Neil's behavior only got stranger. His social media activity suddenly shifted. Receipts began circulating showing that David and Neil, who were once inseparable, no longer follow each other. The posts were wiped, the connection erased. And that's what has everyone asking the same haunting question online. What really happened to Celeste? And who put her in that Tesla? The question everyone's asking now is, did Celeste find out something she wasn't supposed to? Maybe she witnessed something connected to David's private life, especially considering his growing public profile as an artist. Because not long after her passing, rumors exploded online suggesting that David might have been hiding a secret relationship with Neo. People pointed to Instagram posts that raised serious eyebrows. One photo showed them doing the Titanic pose, another had them laying in the same bed, and there were even more moments that felt way too intimate for just friends. It didn't take long before fans and followers started connecting the dots and wondering what Celeste might have known.
You don't know more information about when she, right?
No,
Okay.
I don't have any information of how she, when exactly she. I have, listen, investigations are always moving, and right now I tend to believe it happened a while ago, a long time ago. And I think January, February, things changed. I mean, you can see it in the photos and everything. And I also think when I first started looking at this case, I'm very much an Occam's razor type of person where I think things are a lot easier than people try to make them sometimes, especially online, into these big things. And I thought this was going to be a tragic which it very well still could be, and they made a bad decision because they didn't want to expose a potential relationship and put her in this Tesla, and then maybe he thought he could get somebody to get rid of that car, and they were just like, no, I'm not doing it, and just got left there. But I will say this, there are some things that, and I'm talking physical evidence that was at that house, that there could have been greater plans as far as getting rid of her.
The private investigator later spoke out, revealing there was one more key piece of evidence that changed everything. Knowing that David had a second home, he started digging to figure out when David was last seen there. He learned that Celeste had been living in that second property, a hidden rental that no one even knew belonged to David. It was more secluded, tucked away from public view, the kind of place someone could disappear into easily. And when that discovery was paired with the iCloud video footage from February 2025, filmed at David's other house, where Celeste was believed to be staying, the timeline became even darker. Investigators now believe Celeste may have already been gone for several weeks by the time the footage surfaced. Around that same period, David leased a new red Tesla and suddenly stopped using his black one, the very same car linked to Celeste. Then came the most chilling detail. In the background of David's video, the investigator spotted something small but haunting, a picture frame positioned just behind him that might hold more answers than anyone realized. Investigators didn't just watch the video, they checked the timestamp, and what they found was chilling. The footage was recorded right around the exact date they believe Celeste passed away. That means whatever was going through David's mind at that moment, it was happening while the truth was still fresh. The tone of the video suddenly feels darker, almost like a subtle reaction masked behind his calm expression.
Guys, I know I haven't posted on this account in a little minutes, but I just had some words to share with you for 2025. Despite all the craziness that's going on, all the turmoil, the natural disasters, the pain and things like that, this year, I just wanted to tell you guys not to be discouraged and not to lose hope and not to turn your face from God in these times of evil. And it seems like just at the start of the year, it's literally January, and all this stuff is happening. It's like the most insane, it's February now, but it's the most insane start to a year that I've ever seen. But God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. So keep that sound mind, 2025. Stay prayed up.
Reports say Celeste was staying at David's private rental home during that period, the same home where this video was filmed. So when investigators connected those dots, it painted a haunting picture. The video might have been David's first real reaction to Celeste's passing, or even a quiet acknowledgement that he already knew she was gone. But that wasn't the last thing they found. Far from it. As investigators dug deeper, more evidence began stacking up, details that made David's behavior look even more suspicious. And then came the part that shocked everyone. According to multiple sources, David suddenly hired a powerful new legal team, the kind you bring in when you know the walls are closing in. At the same time, documents surfaced, showing he'd begun transferring assets out of his name, moving money and property under new ownership. Investigators believe he's preparing for impact, getting ready for the day when the police finally knock on his door. But here's where it gets even stranger. The police pulled a sneaky move. They reportedly showed up at David's family home, pretending it was a routine check, but in reality, it was a calculated tactic to see if David himself was hiding there. Because at this point, nobody really knows where he is. He's gone completely dark. And now, new sources are claiming there might be more than one suspect involved. And get this, they could be from David's own family. That revelation could explain why investigators zeroed in on the family house in the first place. Here's what raised even more eyebrows. Every time Celeste was seen in public with David, his brother was right there too. Always close, always quiet. At first, it just seemed like family support, until surveillance footage started painting a different picture. One of the last confirmed sightings of Celeste shows her with David and his brother in the VIP section during David's Silver Spring concert on August 24th. That was one of the final nights she appeared on camera alive. Then investigators found something even earlier, footage from June 27, 2024, allegedly showing Celeste backstage at another one of David's concerts, again alongside his brother. But this time, there was a detail that chilled everyone once they noticed it. The Hello Kitty sandals. That single clue, small, pink, and easy to overlook, might end up being the most important piece of evidence in this entire case. According to Celeste's missing person poster, her family made one heartbreaking note. The last time they saw her, she was wearing her Hello Kitty sandals, the same exact pair she was seen wearing backstage at that concert with David's brother. That single detail connected the dots, and suddenly, public attention shifted. People began digging, not just into David, but into his brother's involvement too. And that's when things took an even darker turn. Back in 2022, a man who made music with David, and was also friends with his brother, tried to warn everyone. He claimed he knew what David and his circle were really into, but at the time, no one took him seriously. His videos barely got views, and he was brushed off as just another hater. Now, with Celeste's death going viral, that same man resurfaced, and this time, people listened. He posted a video explaining his past relationship with both David and his brother, and what he believed truly happened behind closed doors.
Out of all times for this to happen, as it's discovered in his car, after she's been identified, for there to be a potential swatting incident where somebody calls 911 with a fake allegation, a fake crime for their property, out of all people, out of all times, it's weird.
Well, it's weird, but it doesn't necessarily surprise me because this case has taken on national significance in terms of people paying attention to it. And there are bad actors that understand how to bring somebody by way of swatting. So somebody called the 911 system down there. They found the address online and were basically made up a story for the cops to go there. And then they went in, and fortunately the police were very professional and they were able to immediately understand that it was a swatting incident and it wasn't a legitimate call.
He claimed that every time he tried to expose David or his brother, something would happen. His content would get flagged, his account shadow banned, and his voice silenced. Nobody wanted to believe him. Until now. He even said he was one of the first people to call out David for a Twitch stream he did with Celeste, a stream that, looking back, feels unsettling. On January 11th, 2024, David had publicly introduced Celeste during that stream, showcasing their relationship for the first time. What looked like a sweet moment back then now feels like a crucial piece of evidence in a story that keeps getting darker by the day. At the end of that Twitch stream, David casually told his moderators to delete all VODs and clips once the stream ended. At the time, nobody
just want to clear up the stuff from 2023 was not about the Celeste girl that was obviously recently in the news. It's nothing to do with her. I didn't know about her. I didn't know she was. I maybe heard her name once or twice. I had nothing to do with her. The stuff I have from 2023 was nothing to do with Celeste. These were other girls that had claimed David had messaged them or had, relationships with them. And I want people to know that in 2023, I did try and bring the situation to light. And a lot of people remember, I was having a lot of... It got so bad that David's legal team had got in contact with me to remove everything. I've attached an email here that I received from his team in 2023. And basically they removed my song with David from, streaming services because apparently I was spreading misinformation. The thing is, after that, I got in touch with David and I was like, yo, are the claims true and all of this? And he was like, he literally said, I've got it here. He said, no, it's just some people trying to get clout. There's no evidence and stuff. After that, everything was shut down. Everything, no one else came out after.
It didn't stop there. During that same period, another Twitch streamer actually recognized David while he was playing Ark, and Celeste was right there with him. You can even hear the other streamer joking on mic, saying things like, yeah, that's water, you look good, don't be shy, don't be shy. The strange part is what people noticed afterward. The woman on that stream looked exactly like Celeste, right down to the Gap sweater she was wearing, which matched her missing person poster photo. Some fans insist that it really was her, while others believe it was a lookalike, possibly even someone David brought in to confuse people once rumors about Celeste started spreading. That theory made people dig deeper, and what they uncovered next made the entire situation even more disturbing. Investigators and online sleuths found 2 old interviews where David talked about having an alter ego. He described it as a persona who lives in an anime-like world, a fantasy version of himself who commits serious crimes, only to have another character, also himself, come back later to solve them.
Yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one? What's good, David? Big fan, big spot me. Oh, thank you. Mitchell.
I gotta stop with him if you even.
We
need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
Now here's the truly unsettling part. When explaining this so-called alter ego, David chose a very specific crime to use as an example. Out of hundreds of possible things he could have said, he picked one that lined up too closely with the current investigation. It wasn't random. It was personal. And it made everyone wonder whether his fictional story was actually a confession in disguise. But here's the thing. Out of every possible crime example he could have picked, David chose that one. It's almost too on the nose, and honestly, it's hard not to see how obvious it all looks now. Still, what he said in his next interview is what truly should have made everyone stop and pay attention. In that interview, David casually revealed that he wants to live on an island with no social media within 3 to 4 years. Now, that might sound harmless at first, until you realize the timeline. 3 to 4 years from when he said that would have been exactly when Celeste was supposed to turn 18.
Basically, an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego, and the story of the manga went like I was a detective and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden, and he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. So like when I was as the detective, I'd be like solving that I'm committing myself. And it was like a cool little story. I didn't think anything would come of it. Like it was in the...
The interviewer had actually asked him, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?" But instead of answering that, he cut the time shorter, saying 3 to 4. Fans instantly caught the strange detail and started connecting dots. The clip went viral almost overnight, with people online pointing out how his phrasing felt way too specific to be a coincidence. And when it started gaining traction, David reacted again. Subtly, but noticeably. Just like before, he seemed to crave attention, posting cryptic clips and hoping something else would catch fire online to distract from the growing backlash. Then came the biggest twist yet. People actually found out where he was hiding. According to reports, David's been lurking online under the radar, playing Fortnite. Yeah, literally gaming while the world's been speculating about his whereabouts. There's even a website called Fortnite Tracker that lets fans follow streamers and celebrities in real time, showing when they log in, how many matches they play, and how well they perform. And sure enough, David's name has been popping up there, live and active. So while investigators are closing in offline, David's out here hiding in plain sight, inside a video game. Turns out David knows exactly how much people are watching him. After fans started tracking his Fortnite activity, he revved up his account again, just 4 hours later. But here's where it gets creepy. Right when those old interviews started going viral, David immediately hopped back on the game, almost like he knew the new gameplay would replace his interviews in the algorithm. And it worked. For a while. The gaming clips started circulating more than the interviews, distracting everyone. Then, once the hype calmed down, he went private on Fortnite Tracker, making sure no one could follow his activity anymore. It was calculated. It was manipulative. That move caught the eye of DJ Academics, who jumped into the situation himself. Curious, he started investigating David's music, looking for hidden messages or strange references, because as fans were quick to point out, David's lyrics suddenly hit a little too close to reality.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Okay, so the plan is hopefully this music thing takes off crazy next year.
Why is he saying, why are you saying that like you're not like up there?
Well, I'm not there yet, but hopefully it's like even crazier next year. And then I go on crazy year after year for the next 3 years. And then on the 4th year, I retire. And on the 5th year, I'm off the grid, living somewhere like on an island with this crazy crib. No social media, no digital footprint. I'm just gone. I'm just gone. In 5 years, I'm going to be gone.
Will you still remember me?
Yeah, bro. You'll have like the secret codes to the mansion.
Yeah?
You can pull up on every
What's the secret code? Give us the first 2 numbers.
Absolutely not.
Crashing. Where'd it go wrong? Ghost. Where did you go? Afterlife?
But that wasn't even the weirdest part. While Academics was live discussing David, another piece of evidence surfaced. This time, an actual video clip that left everyone speechless. The footage showed David cleaning a pair of sneakers, Celeste's sneakers, the same Jordan she was wearing in her Instagram profile photo. Once that clip hit the internet, it spread like wildfire. Viewers paused, zoomed in, analyzed every frame. It wasn't just similar, they were the exact same shoes. That was enough for the LAPD to take the case to the next level. Authorities now reportedly have more than enough evidence to move forward, which explains why officers showed up at David's family home shortly after. Everything gathered so far, the iCloud footage, the timestamps, the Tesla, is stacking up against him. And here's the part that's sending chills through everyone following the case. Investigators believe the real evidence will come straight from the Tesla's 360-degree motion camera. Those built-in cameras record every single angle, meaning whoever drove the Tesla and placed Celeste inside was likely caught on video. That footage hasn't been released yet, but when it is, it could change everything. Comment below who you believe is responsible, and like this video if you think David played a role in it.
Tesla was repoed on September 8th. He started his tour August 5th, 9th. They said the car was sitting for over 30 days before it got repoed. He reported it missing in between that, but it's been sitting before he started his tour. He called to report a Tesla missing. Now chat, anybody in chat, go to Google and say, can I call Tesla? If my Tesla is missing, can I call Tesla to track it? Watch what it shows you. To call Tesla, a Tesla of all cars you reported missing, when you can call Tesla and get it tracked. That don't make sense. They said the car was sitting for over 30 days. So from when the car was impounded on the 8th, we can add 31 days plus add some change. That's days, if not a week or more before he started his tour, bro. Dating a 13-year-old, bro. Probably got a, that's why he did that.